day, grade 9 learners! Welcome to my virtual class for TLE 9 Cookery 3rd quarter. For this week, week number 5, we will be discussing about different types of bread. So, ano-ano nga bang klase ng mga tinapay ang maaari natin gamitin for sandwich making? Alam naman natin na ang tinapay ang isa sa mga ingredient na pinaka-importante kapag tayo ay gumagawa ng sandwich. And here are the learning outcomes for this week. Learning outcome 2, prepare a variety of sandwiches. At the end of the lesson, the students should be able to, number 1, identify the different types of bread. 2. Identify bread suited for sandwich making. And number 3, select and prepare breads for sandwiches. And now let us start. Let's begin discussing about the 5 major types of bread. We have here the yeast bread, the flatbreads, buns and rolls, quick bread, and wraps. Isa-isahin natin kung ano-ano nga ba ang pinagkaiba ng mga tinapay na yan. Unahin natin ang yeast bread. Yeast bread. These are made with yeast, obviously. Combining warm water and sugar with yeast causes the yeast to multiply and release carbon dioxide, which when mixed with dry ingredients creates a soft loaf of bread. Loaf bread is the most used bread for sandwiches. Ito yung klase ng tinapay na pinaka-pangkaraniwan na nating ginagamit kapag tayo ay gumagawa ng sandwich making dahil ito rin naman ang pinaka-madaling hanapin or madaling bilhin sa market. Ang naging difference lang ito sa ibang klase ng bread ay meron itong sangkap na tinatawag na yeast, which is yung pampaalsa. Meron din tayong iba't ibang klase ng yeast bread. Let's discuss it one by one. Let's begin with the first one, the white bread. So white bread, these are long rectangular loaves that provide square slices. It is one of the most versatile sandwich breads. It comes in various flavors and goes well with everything and toast nicely. So hindi ba ito yung klase ng tinapay na mabilis na mabibili or madaling mabili sa market? Ito yung klase ng tinapay na ginagamit natin kapag gumagawa tayo ng multi-decker sandwich or clubhouse, regular cold sandwich, or pinwheel sandwich. Ang example nito ay yung mga tasty bread na nabibili natin sa bakery. Next, we have wheat bread. Is a classic bread for sandwiches. It is nutritionally superior to white bread, tastes better, and have more interesting textures. It is slightly more compact and brownish in color. So sa kulay pa lang, magkaiba na sila ni white bread. Si wheat bread, most likely, brown in color siya. And mas masustansya ang ganitong klase ng tinapay dahil this is made from whole wheat grain. Mas malasa o malinamnam din ang ganitong klase ng tinapay at meron din siyang kakaiba or rough texture. Next, we have the rye bread. It is a stronger tasting bread than white and whole wheat. A heavy and a hearty flavor bread that goes with so many types of meat and condiments. Kung mapapansin natin, darker ang kanyang kulay compared sa white and wheat bread dahil ang ginagamit na ingredient sa paggawa nito ay ang flour na mula sa rye grain. At dahil gawa ito sa flour from rye grain, well, traditionally, mas stronger and sour ang flavor nito compared sa white and wheat bread. Let us now proceed to the next type of bread, which is the buns and rolls. A bun is a non-sweet bread roll, typically filled with savory fillings. A roll is a small, usually round or oblong individual loaf of bread served as a meal accompaniment. So usually, ito yung mga klase ng tinapay na walang lasa at kadalasan nakikita natin na ginagamit kapag gumagawa ng hamburgers, hotdog sandwich, etc. And now let us discuss the different examples of buns and rolls. The first one is sandwich roll. These are soft type of bread that comes in all sizes, shapes, and textures. The softest include hamburger buns and hot dog rolls. So another example nito ay yung monay na nabibili natin sa mga bakery. And like what I've said, yung mga tinapay na ginagamit for hamburger making, yung buns na ginagamit, yan ay included sa sandwich rolls. Same with the bread na ginagamit din naman natin kapag gumagawa ng hotdog sandwiches or yung footlong na madalas natin ginagawang merienda. And now, let's have the next one. The French and Italian bread. Rolls including sourdough and ciabatta split horizontally. It works well for grilled sandwiches. Ang ciabatta, it is a flat oblong bread having a moist interior and a crispy crust. So ito yung mga klase ng tinapay na sikat talaga sa mga Italians. Perfect combination ng mga ganitong klase ng tinapay sa mga grilled meats or grilled fillings. And now, let us proceed to the next type of bread, which is the flat breads. These are type of flat, thin bread that is typically unleavened. So, ang flatbreads, kaya nga siya tinawag na flatbreads dahil typically, wala siyang ingredients like yeast or baking powder. So, walang mga leavening agents. Hindi siya umaalsa. Kaya nga siya ay flatbread. Let us now discuss the different examples of flatbreads. The first one is the pita bread. It comes in both white and whole wheat. As the flatbread bakes, it pops up, forming a pocket that is perfect for stuffing. Ang pita bread kadalasan, ito yung mga ginagamit natin kapag gumagawa tayo ng mga shawarma, diba? So, very thin ang pita bread at malambot siya, kaya pwedeng-pwede mo siyang i-roll at lagyan ng palaman or different kinds of filling. Next, we have focaccia. A focaccia is a flat Italian bread, a cousin of pizza, an inch or more thick and very rich in olive oil. It is sold by whole and cut into squares, split, and filled. Well, basically, ang focaccia ay parang pizza pero walang toppings. Bread lang siya, which is very rich in olive oil, kaya napakalasa niya. Ang ganitong klase ng tinapay ay nagmula sa Italy. Ito yung klase ng tinapay na kahit hindi mo nalagyan ng fillings on top or palaman, ay very malasa na siya at makakain mo siya as is. Ang texture niya is golden on top, golden and crispy on top, and then crust on the bottom. And sabi nga dyan, binibili ito or it is being sold in whole or cut into squares or split. And next, we have the lavash. Small and rectangular, when softened in water, can be rolled around a stuffing to make a pinwheel-shaped sandwich. So basically, para siyang pita bread, pero meron silang difference. Ang difference nila, unang-una is mas manipis ang lavash compared sa pita bread. Pangalawa, usually, ang lavash ay niluluto sa isang tandoor. Ano ang tandoor? It is a cylindrical clay oven in which food is cooked over charcoal. And usually, kapag ang lavash ay niluluto, kadalasan ay nilalagyan ito ng sesame seeds. which gives the lavash a unique flavor and texture. And now let's have the next type of bread, which is wraps. These are very thin, flat breads that are used for sandwich wraps, burritos, and tacos. So this is another kind of bread which is used in sandwich making that is somehow similar to flatbreads. Let us now discuss the different examples of wraps. The first one is tortillas. Tortillas are unleavened round corn meal breads baked on a hot stone. Size ranges to 6-inch to 14-inch or larger, preferably used for quesadillas and burritos. So this one is a thin, round Mexican bread made from corn or wheat flour. Tortillas are also an example of unleavened bread. So meaning to say, walang ginagamit na yeast or baking powder or any pampaalsa or leavening agent sa paggawa ng bread na ito. Well, mas crispy din ito at kadalasan nga ay ginagamit sa burrito making and quesadillas. Next, we have the sandwich wrap. Either whole wheat or spinach flavor. Kung mapapansin nyo, halos pare-parehas na rin sila ng function or purpose when it comes to sandwich making, di ba? Ang pinagkaiba-iba na lang talaga niyang tortillas, sandwich wraps, pita breads, and other flatbreads are the ingredients or yung mga sangkap na ginagamit sa paggawa nila at yung pamamaraan kung paano sila iniluluto. Okay, so the last type of bread is the quick bread. So these breads are raised by chemical action of baking powder or baking soda like biscuits, banana bread, carrot bread, and generally more tender and crumblier than yeast bread. It is used for sweeter tasting sandwich and are best for tea sandwiches. So quick breads, these are bread made with a leavening agent. Nabanggit nga dyan, leavening agents such as baking powder or baking soda that permits immediate baking of the dough or butter mixture. Well, basically, ang advantage kapag quick breads ang ginagamit for sandwich making is that mas malasa, mas maraming flavorings na pwedeng ilagay, at mas madali siyang gawin, mas mabilis. Mas madali siyang i-bake, and usually, hindi na talaga ginagamitan ng yeast. Okay, and so, those are the 5 different types of bread and their examples. Well, sana po ay merong natutunan sa ating lesson. So, just to test if meron tayong natutunan sa ating lesson for this week, let's have the assessment. Directions. Choose the best answer. Let's have question number 1. These breads are raised by chemical action of baking powder or baking soda like biscuits, banana bread, carrot bread, and generally more tender and crumblier than yeast bread. These are the choices. A. Buns and rolls. B. Flatbreads. C. Quick breads. Or D. Wraps. What is your answer? If your answer is letter C, then you are correct. Next. Number 2. These come in all sizes, Shapes and textures. The softest include hamburger buns and hot dog rolls. Is it A. Buns and rolls, B. Tortillas, C. Quick breads, or D. Wraps? If your answer is letter A, buns and rolls, then you are correct. Let's proceed with number 3. These are very thin, flat breads that are used for sandwich wraps, burritos, and tacos. A. Yeast bread, B. Flat bread, C. Quick breads, or D. Wraps? If your answer is letter D, wraps, then you are correct again. Let's proceed with number 4. These loaves are most commonly used bread for sandwiches. A. Flatbreads, B. Quick bread, C. Wraps, or D. Yeast bread? If your answer is letter D, yeast bread, you are correct. Let's have the last one, number 5. These are made from flattened, often unleavened breads. A. Flatbread, B. Quick bread, C. Wraps, or D. Yeast bread? For number 5, the correct answer is letter A, flatbread. Congratulations para sa mga nakakuha ng perfect 5 points. At dyan na po nagtatapos ang ating lesson for week 5. Thank you for listening. Sana po ay may natutunan.